What is up, everyone? This is SwordKing090, and this is going to be Operation Dome number 135, the 135th episode of the Operation Dome series. A series where my friends and I were going to be encasing the entire world in glass and glass panes, and we still got a lot of work to do, if it will actually load. Please load. Alright, there we go. Little by little, as you can see here, it loads up by a sphere type of deal. But what I need to do is that I need to get at least 100,000 blocks of sand so that I'll be able to actually complete the roof, at least. And then for the walls, I'm pretty sure that I need to get another 10,000 sand blocks. Not too sure yet, so don't quote me on that right now. But I really need to get a lot of sand, and luckily for me that this world, whoop, I didn't mean to go down there. This leads down to the little bit of a zombie farm right there if I want to go kill some zombies. But in any case, that over here is that we have a lot of deep ocean biomes. All this used to be a desert, no less, and this world, it was pretty much 85% desert and then 10% good old deep oceans, and then the last 5% was just regular land. We didn't really have that much to work with to begin with, and now we've just made it all pretty again before it became encased in snow due to the new updates. But over here is that I have a lot of sand. You can see right here that I have a lot of sand just in the bottom of the ocean, and if we were to dig underneath it, there's going to be even more sand. But what I need to do is that I need to terraform all of this into dirt. So that's where the process of terraforming comes in, and it's gonna take a while. Yes, it will, but and overall, that once this is all done and out of the way, we could grab more sand, and then we could get more glass, and then we could actually put glass on the ceiling, and then we could just keep going with this. And I cannot wait for this. I cannot wait for all of this to be done so that we could focus all of our time in Operation Bedrock. So in any case, that's going to be a deal that we could actually do. Just keep on working, get this done, get this out of the way, and then move on to a brand new series after we spend enough time in Operation Bedrock to call it a brand new series. And I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to bring that over to the Xbox One, because I know a lot of my friends are on the Xbox One, and we could possibly get even more work done on the Xbox One. Thing is that I'm going to do is that I'm probably going to leave it as a classic world, so that it'll be a small world and then maybe expand it little by little by little. Because if we were to do a large world, my gosh, that's going to take forever and a day to get that done. So a classic world's fine, at least for me, because Xbox 360 where it came out originally, and that's where the OG status comes in, where it's gonna be all original type of deal. If I would have done an Xbox 360, it still would have been the same thing if I would have transferred over to the Xbox One. So that could be a deal. That I have a lot of friends who are still waiting for me to actually move on to the Xbox One, so at least we could all get back together on the Xbox One and continue on like nothing has ever changed. But in any case, gotta get this done on the 360, then move on to the Xbox One once we're done with Operation Bedrock for a while. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna take focus on Operation Bedrock for a full month before I'm moving on. So at least we get a lot of work done in regards of live streaming Operation Bedrock, inviting my friends to Operation Bedrock, and just moving on. Because I know that I gotta fix up the skylight, I know I gotta actually fix up the torches, I know I gotta fix up a lot of things in Operation Bedrock before I can move on. That's just a lot of torches, that's so many torches to think about. But in any case, that what I'm also thinking about is live streaming at least once every 2 weeks for charity, with Operation Bedrock or Operation Dome being the game that I'll do. And then other games I'll probably live stream just other games. I don't know, like Banjo-Kazooie for charity, Banjo-Tooie for charity, I don't know. Or maybe I could just stick with Minecraft, because a lot of people will watch Minecraft anyways. That the more people who view the live stream, the more chances that there's going to be a lot of people donating to the charity. All 100% of the proceeds go directly to the organization, and it's also tax deductible, so that it helps you at the end too. So that is all good. It's good for charity, good for the hospital, good for the organization, it's good for you, it's good for me, it's good for everybody around. So that's what it can be. So that if I were to do Operation Bedrock for charity, that's going to be one thing. Operation Dome for charity, that would be another thing. So that's pretty much two works that I could actually work with right now. I'm not too sure what else I could actually do for charity. If you have any like video game suggestions I could actually possibly do, preferably family friendly, then leave them down in the comment section below. Heck, I'll play Nintendo games for charity, because why not? Just play from start to finish and just move on with that. Just really hope that Nintendo doesn't actually copyright claim this. Then I could actually bring it up. It's like, hey, I'm trying to play your game for charity, but you guys are claiming the video. What is up with that? I don't know. Maybe that'll actually do something. If not, then, well, at least I'm doing a game, and even though that content claims might happen, but at least I'm doing it all for charity regardless. Like, I don't even monetize the live streams that I do for charity, so that it doesn't even really matter to me. But it's the little things I could do that could actually help. But it's all in the thought process right now. Again, if you have any suggestions of what actually can play for charity, that'll be a thing. Again, preferably family friendly type of games. So let's move on from here. Let us move on. And one of the things I want to look for is a brand new microphone. I have a Blue Yeti, and yes, it is good, but the thing is that since it's a condenser microphone and all that good stuff, it will pick up a lot of noises. Sometimes you'll hear the fans, sometimes you'll hear the cars, sometimes you'll hear the dogs in the background. Overall, that I'm trying to go for the best quality possible, and especially for live stream, because you could buy an XLR microphone for live streaming. Since everything's going to be done live, at least the quality is going to be better. And also, it could actually improve my broadcasting type of deal if I really want to go for broadcasting. So I'll already have the equipment to do so, and it will just be another foot in the right direction, or another step in the right direction if I were to actually do the phrases correctly. English is not my best language, and I've lived here for 23 years. God dang it. Granted that the first 5 years was just utter gibberish, but you get the idea. I just want to actually provide the best type of commentary, the best type of audio, and the best type of quality for you guys, so that everything works out for me. I know that a lot of people say I have a good voice, and if I have a good voice with a microphone such as a Blue Yeti, then you can imagine what will sound like with a better microphone with a little bit of, let's say, better quality control. Like, if you have a mixer, you're able to actually make the audio sound better and sound just more pleasing to actually listen to, so that could be a deal. Because I noticed that at times when I'm editing the video, that at certain points it's like a little bit of screech happens here and there that I barely even notice until I actually take a look at the recording. I'm like, god dang it, I gotta do a little bit of adjusting to actually put down the gain control on the actual video sound. If I were to be too loud for one moment, then you hear a little bit of distortion. At least with getting better equipment, that a lot of that could already be fixed right from the get-go before you even get into actually looking it over and editing and the post-production phase. So a lot of things I really want to do to actually make sure that I get the best quality for you guys, and especially when I'm live streaming. I know that you guys can hear the fan. I can hear the fan whenever I'm looking back at the live streams, that if I had a better microphone and as well as better equipment, I could actually get a lot of that removed in the background before that you guys hear it live. So that could be a deal. That could be a thing that I actually can work with. I just want to actually make sure that I provide the best quality for you guys. That's the main thing. It's all about the quality. And yes, it's gonna be expensive. I've already taken a look at some of the prices with the microphones and with the equipment. It's already going up to the at least $500. It's gonna be a huge investment if I really want to get into that. So I'm probably gonna save little by little by little towards that, so that again, there could be something I could do for you guys. I really want to provide the best commentary. I really want to provide the best quality for you guys. Some people may not even notice, because if they're actually listening to the speakers instead of a headset, then they won't notice it. But if you're listening to a headset, it makes all the difference right then and there. So yeah, I'm kind of self-conscious when it comes to the audio equipment now. This is why I spend so much money actually trying to put up the foams in my room, even though they fall half the time. I gotta actually get more glue and things like that. And as well as that, I spend some more money on working with other equipments to actually try to get the best possible. Like getting the curtains right there, getting the lights, getting the webcam, even though I haven't actually used the webcam in such a long while. If I ever go do face cam videos, then that could be a thing. I've already moved my bed so that in the background you will actually see my bed instead of seeing all the junk that's already stacked up against the wall. So if I were to put junk onto the bed, then you guys could see that. Or if Star wants to join me in a live stream or a video, then you could see her in the background. So that could actually work. Maybe I could set up a little bit of a second camera just for dog cam. Star cam. Haha, star is a star. Puns. So that's going to be the deal. That's going to be a thing that I can actually work with. So again, a lot of thoughts, and a lot of XLR microphones I can look at, a lot of cables I could buy, a lot of phantom power supplies I could actually go look after. There's a lot to go with, and again, I really want to provide the best quality, especially for the commentary, because again, it's going to be used for video game commentaries, and as well as that it's going to be used for live streaming and maybe even podcasting. You could even consider Operation Bedrock and Operation Dome a little bit as a podcast. Only single person right now. That a lot of things are going on with my friends, so they're not able to join me as I'm actually recording videos, so that maybe in the future you will actually hear them more often than not. One thing I definitely need to work on is actually getting my room cleaned up and well put together. So that is going to be an ordeal for me. Really it is. Right now, I could barely move as it is because I had to move all my stuff to actually move my bed. It took me at least a good 4 hours to move my bed, to actually take it apart and then try to fix it. Because for a while is that I got stuck at one part of rebuilding it, and I had no idea how, or I had no idea why it was happening for that time being. Before, after like 30 minutes of just trying to figure this out, I found out that one of the bolts was actually loose, that it was a bolt, like a specific bolt to actually get one of the screws into that bolt for it to actually hold it in place. I had no idea. I never actually assembled the bed, so it was a good learning experience. I had my little bit of a rage moment right there trying to figure this out, especially when I was doing this by myself, that I actually had to lift up the part of the bed, which is actually pretty heavy because I didn't actually take the mattress off, and as well as I had a bunch of items stacked on top of it, so I didn't really was thinking this through, especially when my room's already compact and cramped as it is. So I had to work with what I got. So I had to lift up like a partial bed on one side, try to rearrange the bedpost with my leg, hold it together, and then try to put in the screw right there so that it could actually hold in place and I could have my bed again. And I gotta say, I kind of like it, especially when I'm sleeping now. I actually sleep better at night because of the new bed arrangement. I don't know what it is, probably because I sleep with one side and I'm actually comfortable sleeping with one side, and that one side is actually facing towards the wall. So apparently that gives me the peace of mind that I'm just waking up towards the wall. Or if I were to lean over, I'm just probably going to sleep on the wall. I don't know what it is, especially when I have pillows against the wall. So I just sleep more comfortably at night now. So at least it helps me. And speaking of sleep, I really need to get more sleep. I'm having the worst sleeping schedule again. I'm sleeping at 5 or 6 a.m. now, and that is really affecting my health. And on the bright side, I'm getting a little bit of morning shifts, but the downside is that if I don't get my sleeping schedule together, then I'm not going to be able to get better because I'm getting sick again and again and again. It's just a never-ending broken cycle of sickness. Whenever I get sick, it takes a while for me to get better. And another thing I need to work at is actually working out. I still got time. I still got at least a good month before I go back to school. So if I could actually get into the habit of waking up, doing a lot of push-ups and sit-ups, and then starting my day, at least that'll be a good step in the right direction. And afterwards, maybe I'll actually take up running. It's getting warmer. It is. So I'm probably gonna have to wait till nighttime before I could actually start running. I would not mind actually going around a midnight run, because at least the main street is well lit up with the light posts, so I could actually just start running in a full mile from there and then back. So it's just literally a straight line going for a good mile, so that could be actually good for me to start with my cardio and whatever, and get into the habit of running once more, so I don't have to be out of breath every time I run a single block. But back to talking about Minecraft, that I really need to do a lot more live streaming. And I actually figured out that if I were to make a brand new event, then I could actually get a live count of people who like the video or who dislike the video, which is actually beneficial to me because it actually spreads the live stream even better than whenever I do like changing the title and just live streaming from there. Yes, the video will get directly uploaded to YouTube, and yes, it'll be like a brand new video, but the likes and dislikes actually get reset until people have to like it again, because more than likely is that whenever people actually like the live stream, they're not going to like the video of that live stream a second time. So that really actually hurts the video more often than it should. So at least with this brand new concept that I just figured out how to do, it'll actually reset the likes and dislikes, and then from there it'll be a live count of how many people who actually watch the live stream like the live stream, and then after that the video could actually be uploaded and the likes and dislikes will be kept the same. And also if people actually stumble upon the video, they'll see what it is and then they could actually like it from there, and it'll still build the video and it will still build the count. If only I would have learned about that before I actually uploaded or actually made Operation Bedrock episode 200. You live and you learn and you figure things out as time goes on. But yeah, as you can see here, I am terraforming a lot of the deep oceans right now. I'm replacing the sand with dirt so that when we dig underneath here, let me show you guys real quick. So if you were to dig underneath the dirt, we'll have the sand that we need for the ceiling. So it all comes into play. So at least with that, I could get a lot more work done. And as well as that, in a recap, that I'm trying to look for a better microphone, better equipment, better other stuff to actually make the audio a better experience, as well as the quality, and for live streaming especially, since it's live you can't really do anything with that, and usually the more professional live streamers actually have the XLR microphone so that a lot of things cannot be heard in the background, because with the Blue Yeti, again, you can hear everything. You can hear the fan, you can hear the Xbox, you can hear the cars driving down the road, you can hear the dogs in the background. With an XLR dynamic microphone, it eliminates a lot of the background noises and only focuses on the commentator. So that's a lot of things I'm actually going to take a look into and work with so that I can provide the best quality for you guys when I'm actually getting more and more into probably even going in a career of broadcasting, because that could actually be a thing. The only thing is that I cannot be sick, because being sick affects the commentary and affects me and it affects everything else. So yeah, a lot of things I gotta work with, a lot of things I need to learn, a lot of things I actually gotta make sure I do the proper research before I actually buy, because otherwise then that's a lot of money being invested into, because a lot of the microphones out there, they are hundreds and hundreds of dollars, including the equipment. The Blue Yeti cost me over $100. The stand cost me $30. The shield, the microphone shield, cost me a good, yeah, it cost me a good $130 if I remember right. And hopefully I could actually use the mic shield again when I'm actually putting down the microphone. I'll just put the boom mic and then lower down the microphone in front of the mic shield, and then I'll talk to you guys from there. So at least that I could have some use for the mic shield. Good thing it has a little bit of a stand on its own. And as well as I'm still thinking about live streaming at least once every 2 weeks for charity, so that I could at least reach that $1,000 goal, and as well as do something good. Even if it's little, every little bit counts. So that could be a deal. If you guys have any suggestions of what games I could actually play, preferably family friendly, even if it's Nintendo games, I would not mind anymore, because it's all for charity. It doesn't matter if Nintendo actually content claims the videos, it'll look bad on them, but at least I'm doing something good. At least I'm doing something good for charity, and I could be proud of that at least I'm trying to do something to help out others. So live streaming for charity would be a thing that I could actually possibly do. As my audience grows, I really hope that the donations grows towards the charities, and if people want to donate to me, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Everything's linked in the description below for that. And I really need to update a lot of things. I need to update my Patreon, I need to update my Facebook, I need to update maybe even Twitch if I were to go on Twitch. I know a lot of people say that I should just continue live streaming on YouTube, so that could be a deal. But every once in a while, I probably will live stream on Twitch so that I will not have another platform where it's just empty and barren. So a lot of things I could actually do to build up my channel in the long run that I really want to do. So who knows how things will actually go for me. maybe that I'll actually be more noticed on Twitch, then people go to my YouTube from there. So you just don't know how things will go. And last but not least, I still want to thank you guys for all the support you have been giving me, especially when you're answering to my tweets or you're answering to my videos and the questions that I asked, and just overall leaving likes, comments, and even subscribing. Every little bit counts, and one day I'll be well known, and that I really hope I can actually continue on with this. One of the things I really want to do is actually move out, but that's not until a long while. And I'll probably explain more about that in another video in the future. So until then, that's all I gotta say for now before I start rambling on too long and start repeating the same things I've already repeated before. So until then, feel free to subscribe because I will live stream more often, and as well as that, I want to do a lot more Let's Plays. Cannot wait for that. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you're brand new to the channel, by all means, feel free to subscribe. And until then, have a great day, everyone. I am SorkingZero90, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Also, I keep forgetting, for those who want to know why I'm not dying, I got respiration right here. Respiration 3 allows you to breathe underwater longer. Aquafinity allows you to work underwater as if you're working on land. And then Death Strider allows you to maneuver underwater as if you're on land. So there you go. Especially with respiration, I breathe underwater longer, and as well as that, I'm still under peaceful mode. It heals me. Peaceful mode heals you. So technically, I am invincible underwater. Alright, have a great day, everyone.